I am. Sebastian is over here as well. There he is. Hello, Sebastian Bear. How are you? You got a waggy tail too a day. I've also got some exciting news I might share with you later. I say it's exciting news. It's not confirmed yet, but it is exciting news. Yeah, I was humming and hawing, but now I think we might go for it. We'll see. I'll let oh, look at him, just a second. Look at the little fella down there. He does love his daddy. That's because he's spoilt rotten. He's absolutely spoilt rotten. Gotta love dogs, I tell you. They are the best. They really are. Better than people. Hello there, British Hollow Man. Oh, blimey, how do you get up in the mornings and check your makeup in the mirror if you can't see yourself? Or your holograph? Hello from Nebraska. Hello, Flatbite. I hope you're well. Well, yeah, everything's gone completely crazy, hasn't it? Crikey, last week. Oh, my giddy aunt. Over the weekend, all these protests and that. Oh, they're terrible, weren't they? But, well, actually they weren't. Until Donald Trump decided to send in the cavalry. The National Guard. I'm sure they were happy. Relaxing. Sleeping on the floor. That is literally how much Donald Trump respects the military. And there he was. Alright, Craig, I've been checking out his Truth Social as well. There he was on this. Oh, this is quite funny. I'm sort of swinging it on his Truth Social. One post after another of how fantastic Donald Trump is. I'm sure he's had his bottom ribs removed just so he could suck his own. If you know what I mean. Well, hello. Hello from California. Hello, California. Oh, crikey. Blimey, when are you going to withhold the funding, you donor state you? You need to withhold the funding and do it now. But you know what happened, don't you? Donald Trump was this is insurrection. That's what he'll do. And he'll send in the troops. He'll send in the Marines. He'll say there'll be, 10,000 Marines who are sending them to California, then 2 turn up. Yeah, you know how it goes with Donald Trump. Hello, Lars Borch, hope you're well. And I'd like to say, first of all, before I continue with this broadcast, that I have a particular love for those with sanity, okay? Those without sanity, hence the MAGA. Or in the UK, those who clearly have lost their feckin' minds and voting reform. But then there's not a lot of love at all for them. They are of the lack of thinking. They can't help it. Don't hate them. No. Blame the education system. Since around 30%, about 30% of Americans reach 11th grade. Yeah, it's a bit concerning. And I'm not surprised when I read these posts. Or when I see the comments in my videos and they're kind of like, what the hell are you trying to tell me? I don't understand. Or even in the live streams, I'm sure we'll get some MAGA trolls, I'm sure. We usually do anyway. Which makes it very interesting. But if it turns nasty, that's it. They're out of here. That they are. You know, I'm happy to debate. Yes. I want you to prove to me, if you're a MAGA, prove to me that you are not stupid. Please. Okay? Because from what I can see, everything has it's just gone absolutely crazy. And it has. Oh, my Sebastian doggy's left me. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I've got some news as well. Yeah, it's got some news I want to share. It might come off, it might not, but we'll see. They will. So, it involves a little bit of travelling, not too far, a couple of hours away. But yeah, I might even take with me. Oh, cheers, buddy. Kerry S. Thank you for your videos from Canada. What a lovely place Canada is. I've never been to Canada, but it's one of them places I'd like to visit. My son's going there this year. My eldest son, he's visiting Canada. He's got relatives over there. His father-in-law lives in Canada. And my granddaughter from my other son, has literally just come back last week from, I think it was Friday, from Canada. And they had a lovely time. Great people. They really are. And so we've got 2 lots of family members living in Canada. Yeah, I would like to go actually. I did actually want to travel to the United States, but not now. I'd never get across the border. No, I've been in El Salvador in no time. For the amount of times I've, talked about Donald Trump's chocolate starfish that I have. Oh dear, that poor man. Something wrong with him, I'm sure there is to be that colour. Yeah. Are you going to take the camper out? Yes, we are. We are getting the camper. We have a thing called CT. It's like an MOT, to make sure that the vehicle is up to standard, which it is. But we CT'd it, or tried to CT it through the pandemic, and it failed on the brakes, and that's an instant. You normally in France, if you put it in for the CT, which is a control technique, and if there's a problem with it, you get 2 months. But if it's something dangerous like brakes, they're binding on one side, they were. And I actually knew on the way down there, because I hadn't driven for a while, and I just went straight to it, and I thought, God, this is going to fail. Anyway, during the pandemic, I just didn't have the energy or the to actually do anything about it. So it's been actually sitting there. I've been paying the insurance on it, because you have to carry on paying the insurance in France. 5 years now, I think it is, since it's been sitting there. It's ridiculous. All that money sitting there. And it's a nice camper. It's a big old thing. Well, big for Europe anyway. I've seen the sort of things you have in the United States. Oh my giddy aunt. Oh crikey. Yeah, they are not like houses on wheels. But yeah, this is big enough. It's a 7-berth one. Took half the seats out because I need the space, you see, for my computers and stuff and cameras and whatever. So yeah, and the dogs. That's pretty much why we went for a big one, because the dogs got we had 3 dogs at the time, and I got 2. We lost my Wally last year, which was very sad. But it looks like we might be getting another one. Oh dear. Jock wants the issue with gay guys. What? The issue with... See, that doesn't make any sense. Jock, what's the issue? Oh no, I read it wrong. What does Jock say? Oh, Jock, bro, okay. First glance, I thought this guy was a gay guy. Turns out he's just a father. I am. I do get that a lot, though. I've got 6 kids. I'll tell you something else. Oh, crikey. Mate, maybe I swing both ways. Who knows? I don't know. I can tell you. Why would it matter anyway? I don't care, all right? I've got no problem with, gays or LGBTQ, whatever. I haven't got no problem with that whatsoever. It doesn't bother me, But just don't come on to me. You might not like the reaction. But no, I haven't got no problems with that sort of thing. And I've got no problem with race and creed and either. I want to judge people on who they are, not what they are. And that to me makes perfect sense. That's just common sense, isn't it? Shouldn't we just be judging people on who they are, Look at the orange one, for instance. Can't really call him Ginger, can you? No. But he's a breed of his own, isn't he? He's his own nationality. Actually, no, he goes on about white people. He's obviously racist, but maybe he wants everyone to be orange like him. Strange bronzed man that he is. Well, in her day, his father was in the KKK, Frederick Trump, so what do we expect from a man like that? Not a lot, really, can you? And besides, he clearly ain't very well educated. Even his mother would say so when she was alive. In fact, she did. That man should never be president, she said. He's dead twice. Oh, my God. Stupid is as stupid does, it has to be said. They can't help it, though. They can't. They were dropped on their heads as a baby, that they were. Oh, there's... Hello, Canada, my home, hello there. Look at the orange one, I'd rather not. The other day he looked like a flag, he looked like a triptych. He had this white bit going around his ears, he had this off-shade bronzing going just like around, like a fringing, like it'd been framed, and then the rest of them was like this weird orangey colour, that colour. I was, yeah. Now, somebody posted something on... I actually screenshot. I'll read it to you on one of my videos. Oh, crikey. It's consuming me again. Right, so I'm going to read this to you because I thought this was quite interesting. And this was regarding the United States military, but also Canada. And I thought, this is a bit of an eye-opener. Let's find it again. Where is it? Where it is. Alright, I had to do it in two bits, because it's quite a long... Well, that long, actually. Okay. The next one, that one. Okay, as a Canadian and former member of the CAF, I suppose that's Canadian Air Force, who worked closely at times with the United States and military, I never trusted them one iota. Indeed, many of us of my old unit referred to them as semis. This gets a bit funny, actually. Semis. After hearing our CSM describing them as much, and semis referring to them as being semi-trained, semi-disciplined, semi-useful, and semi-trustworthy, semi-sober. Well, that's Pete Hegseth. Well, actually, no, is he sober ever? And then semi-intelligent, semi-hygienic, and semi-human. Well, they ain't been treated with much humanity at the moment. They've been made to sleep on the hard floor, haven't they? Down in Los Angeles. And it goes on from there. Now, it says here, at the time, we had two tasking under NATO 1. Reinforce Germany if the Soviets invaded, or 2, hold the Soviets in the deep north should they invade North America. From that route at the time, many of us figured the first thing we would have to do before engaging the Soviets in the Arctic is to neutralise any and all the United States units around us, then engage the Soviets. And that's how little we trusted them back in the late 70s and the early 80s. Now, Donald Trump, okay, was a little bit more. So, to be honest, most of us figured even back then that if Canada were to be invaded, it would be most likely not to be the Soviets, but the Yanks. That is trust joy, isn't it? You know, of the United States. It's quite sad, really, in many ways. You know, I wish we could all just get on. You know, just be decent people and just get on with each other. Why is that so difficult? You know, why have we all got to see everyone as the enemy? Like, you know, if you're not with me, you're against me. No, we just do things differently, you know. And it's just ridiculous. And what's going on Donald Trump's Truth Social? Shall I spare you, or shall I not? Let's say not. I'm evil, me. Oh, that I am. Well, I was on Donald Trump's Truth Social. I just thought that'd be interesting. He might be saying some sensible shit on there. Well, actually, how wrong was I? All he's going on about is literally how brilliant he is. Now, it's literally post after post after post about how brilliant. How brilliant I am. It's a beautiful sight to be with you in a place called Fort Bragg. Yes, is that Fort Bragg he was? Generations of army heroes did not shed their blood on distant shores to watch our country be destroyed by an invasion and third world lawlessness here at home. Like it's happening in California, he says. As Commander-in-Chief, I will not let this happen. I'll fight him on the beaches. No, he's no fucking Churchill. No, he's not. Well, I've got my green tea today that I have. Green tea, well, actually, no, I've got regular today. I've got my regular in my pot. Just in case you think I'm drinking my own urine, but yeah, I'm not. So, there you go, got my green tea. Hey, Alistair, I hope you're well, my friend. Nice to see you here, nice to see you, nice. So, he goes on to say, he does. Oh, crikey. Oh, ain't you lucky? Generations, oh no, here we go. Standing before you today, I am more confident than ever that in the days ahead and every generation to come, the United States Army will heap glory upon glory. You will summon inexhaustible courage. You will protect every inch of the United States soil. Is that what's happening in California? Is it? And I mean, in Los Angeles, California. Defend America to the ends of the earth. Oh, they're sending them into Texas at the moment, aren't they? There's a red state, though. I tell you what, in Texas, isn't that where Elon Musk moved all his businesses? They registered them all in Texas instead. Just so he gets preferential court treatment. Oh, isn't he an illegal? Yes, gather them up and send them to the gulag in El Salvador. Or just mince them, make them into pies. Oh, it's even better, I say. Well, I know you get a high, wouldn't you, if you ate an Elon Musk pie. Oh, crikey. So, oh my giddy aunt. There he goes this week. Remember that we only have a country because we first had an army. All right, listen to this. And after 250 years, we still proudly declare that we are free because you are strong. We are safe because you are brave. And America's flag will never fall because America's army will never, ever fail. Vietnam? Anyone? Afghanistan? Anyone? Well, there you go. Well, the man's a fucking lunatic. He really is an absolute lunatic. Never fail. For our adversaries, there will be no greater fear than the United States Army. But for the American people, there will be no greater pride because you are the righteous sword of America's... You know he didn't write this, you know, don't you? American justice and the ultimate shield of American freedom. He didn't write any of this stuff. That's not how he talks. And then he goes on here, from June 1775 to June 2025. Those foolish enough to challenge America's army have been met with unyielding strength, unbreakable spirit, and unstoppable, overwhelming force. Time and time again, our enemies have learned that if you dare to threaten the American people, the American soldier will chase you down, crush you, and cast you into oblivion. The end is nigh. Oh, crikey. The fucking man's a lunatic. Anyway, he didn't write that. There's no way. That's AI. Most of the stuff he writes these days is AI anyway, isn't it? That is. I hope the stream is clear for you. I hope the audio is okay. Cheers, Alistair. Hey, Mad Monk. Hello, buddy. I have noticed that sometimes when I'm doing live streams, when I get further into the live stream, that the audio gets a little bit skewy. But I think that's down to the app that I'm using, the YouTube app. Or maybe maybe my phone gets overwhelmed, because I mean you can do it on the phone at the moment. Canadians can adore to be wary of friendly fire. The Americans were reckless. Fair point. Wait, well, they are, aren't they? Look what's going on at the moment. We didn't have any of this when Biden was president. It's crazy. You know? Black Lives Matter, mate. You know, I suppose Trump is a semi. He's a semi-something. Definitely semi-human. Hello, Squirrel Prepper Lifestyle. Hello there. Canada, my home. Elbows up. Definitely. Elbows up. Canada needs to keep its freedom, and Scotland needs to get its freedom. ASAP. That it does. And JD Vance hid in a shelter, and so did... it's Donald Trump saying all this stuff. What about his heel spurs? He's saying how great America is. He flipping hid. You know, while he's playing on islands with Jeffrey Epstein. Crikey. Now, I watched a little video by Secular Talk. I quite like Secular Talk, actually. He's quite outspoken, to say the least. He's well represented, unlike me, but he's like he's quite verbal. So it's quite, and he just says it as it is, and also he doesn't have any horrible advertising, you know, selling face creams and stuff, and some kind of a random tablet that makes you lose weight, or, you know, or I have a liver and all that sort of stuff, which is like Midas Touch. That just grates on me. They are the cheesiest of adverts that Midas touches. The ones they make themselves. Oh my god. They're horrendous. It reminds me of, you know, when you get like an actor and they just need a little bit more money or something like that, and they'll start doing some kind of, I don't know, shampoo or conditioner, you know, stuff, yeah, or some cologne, you know, because they're so fucking grady, they'll just end up doing whatever they can to get more money, you know. And it feels a little bit like, I love Midas Touch. I watch her videos, and I didn't used to, but we have it more recently. And Okay, but you could argue he doesn't look Sanders' voice a little bit bent, but he gets the information across. I think it's definitely worth watching. But you do have to skip past those ads because they're so bad. I mean, they're so chronic. I mean, they're just, oh well, and they're talking as though they, like for instance, they've used them themselves. Well, you haven't bloody well took those tablets. You haven't slept in that bed. You know, it's just one crazy thing after another. It's all heavily scripted stuff, and it's terrible, absolutely terrible. And it's like they sold their soul. That's what it feels like to me. You sold your soul. You know, and it's also greed. Because when you get these platforms, you know, this little tiny channel, you know, you don't get many views on my videos. But when you get a channel like that that's getting millions of views, Midas Touch gets 9 million views a day. Midas Touch Networks, or Midas Networks, what it's called, MTN. You know, 9 million views a day. Well, that's a shitload of advertising revenue just from YouTube alone. Do they really need to be selling their soul and putting ads in the middle like that? Those sort of adverts in the middle, where they actually make themselves, and it's just so bad. Anyway, it makes me laugh as well, I suppose, but makes me cringe at the same time. He's a glass brick, that he is. Oh yes, most definitely is. No Man's Land. Oh, whose man's land? California, here we come. Hello, don't recall. I hope you're well, my friend. Morning, all. I'm heading out soon, so need to catch up. I know, always, but buddy, it'd be good. There's a morning one anyway. Hey, Billy! What's that? A taco down his trousers? What? What the fuck? I need some whiskey with that tea. I have actually got some whiskey now, but it's a bit early for whiskey, to be honest. It's about 12 o'clock here in France. I don't really want whiskey at the moment. And besides, I've got to go and order some glass this afternoon for a door that I've made. So I was going to just do it by email, but I decided I'll just drive down there and order the glass and pay for it at the same time, and it's done then. Because then they'll deliver it to me. A tangerine draft dodger. That's a new one. That's a good one. Yes. What rhymes with heel spur? Oh dear me, that man is just horrendous. How the hell did he become the president of the United States? It stands precedence for the mentality of some people. It's just crazy. And actually, to be honest, the tea is quite good for me because I have a problem with my throat. I don't even know, sometimes I lose my voice, especially towards the end of the stream. And that's why I've got fibromyalgia, you see, and it really bugs my vocal cords up. Green tea, that it is. Well, it's Wrigley, which is basically it's licorice tea. So it's green tea with licorice. It's really nice, actually. Bone Spur Donny has no glory. No, he has no honour either. Shows how it's time for to get rid of that one. Donny, no deal, no dome. Well, actually, doesn't he need Canada for this dome to work? Isn't that right? You get up there a little bit, because I'm getting lost. It's trying to consume me, this. It reminds me when I was on the Ginger Island with Graham Hughes in the Caribbean. Oh, nice one. Oh, hello, stop the great. Hope you well, my friend. Oh, cheers, buddy. Oh, much appreciated for the £10 super chat there. Excellent. Keep the channel going, it does. I do. And it encourages me to keep going as well, because when you feel, sometimes you feel like Billy No Mates when no one watches your videos. Oh dear, the world's gone absolutely mad. Got my grandchildren coming in a few weeks. My son's coming next week. But, four little kids, very lively. They're just hilarious. Little Grace and Tochi and Nana and the Bushi all coming to see us. That'll be fun. They'll be in the videos, they don't mind. Yeah, and Afghanistan, very valid point that it is. Raise more funding if the hammock collapsed. Well, I am fat, so yeah. I've got to tell you what, we've got a big old tree army it's attached to. Yeah. Is the audio okay, everybody? I just hope the audio's okay, because I want to unplug the power, because that might cause interference. There we go. Yeah, Mary Trump, I'm not sure, yeah, his niece. Yeah, she's been posting a lot recently, hasn't she? So I'm attached to that willow tree, that I am. And then the other day, I driven this, I driven this, that I did. So yeah, well, I think it's strong enough. But I've got to collapse. I said, okay. We've got the old one over there. Yeah. Well, that's pretty strong, though, to be fair. That's also attached to the tree. Audio is much better. Oh, it's better now. I'd unplugged the power. Oh, excellent. Thank you very much for letting me know that. Cheers, Chrome Dome. I think sometimes when I plug the power, I think these cables just pick up so much RF interference, and it just ends up in the phone. And that's not good. The battery's fully charged at the minute anyway, so it should be alright. Thank you. Doesn't look like a willow tree. It is. I've got Salix. That's willow tree behind me. That is. That's willow. That's common willow. I've also got contorted willow on the land. I've also got over there. I've got shrimp tree, which is basically another Salix. I've got wheaten willow as well. So we've got about 4 varieties of willow here. But there's a willow. It has catkins on it. Women don't fear pregnancy at all. Parents are selfish as they brought us here without our permission to suffer. Yeah, it feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? Oh, crikey. I'm just glad I escaped to France, you know, because UK has just gone... It's not as bad as the United States, but, you know, it's, no matter what people try and tell you, it's not that bad at all, to be fair. It's just... It's hard to make your way. You know, and I think there's a lot of people. Like somebody said yesterday in my stream, they mentioned that don't underestimate the amount of the struggle, how hard the actual struggle in the United States is, and I'm not surprised. You know, there's but it's not just the United States. This is a world issue. We've got problems here in France. You know. Maybe to that, not that degree, but you know they have there's unemployment issues and what have you. But if you want to earn money, you can earn money here in France. You just have to think outside the box. There are opportunities. I think traditional methods of working are going to disappear. Artificial intelligence is going to, machine learning is going to pretty much do that. It's changing the way we're all going to end up having to find work or do work. People doing job applications these days, not everyone, but some of the job applications have been vetted by AI. You know, it's soulless, isn't it? You know, it's just not the way to do things, really. But that's where everything's heading. Everything's heading that way, and I think it's a bit sad. You know, I think it's a bit sad. It takes the human element out of stuff, you know, and also then removes humanity at the same time. You know, these I get AI. I understand how useful it is, but it's going to take over and it's going to become an integral part of everybody's lives, and I don't want it. I don't want that. I'll still use AI, but I want to be in control. I want, it should be working for us, not the other way around. At the moment, we are working for it. And if you are in, like say, somebody who produces music, art, what have you, if you're a creator, maybe you just write, maybe do Substack posts or whatever. You actually become the product. You become the product. It's they're basically stealing all your stuff. You've been robbed blind. Now I know it's some people say it's just the learning and what have you, but it's still yours. You should be recompensed for it. The problem is, they're stealing so much data. It's virtually impossible to actually organise to pay anybody. But they're not going to, are they? They don't care. They're just going to steal from everybody. And this, what's going to happen is what I see is as AI effectively damages creative industries, AI will end up not having the new fresh data that it requires to function unless it becomes sentient. I just don't see it. I just don't see how it can progress without human input. Marriage sucks anyway. No, well, I'm married. I've been married over 30 years. I'm not going to say it sucks. My dear wife, she's a lovely lass. She really is. She's a good woman. And she's a kind person. Wouldn't hurt anybody. You know, it's always been about the children. No malice in her, you know. And actually, when she sees all this stuff going on, it actually saddens her, you know. She doesn't like to say it. She's basically shocked, really, when you see people suffering for no good reason. When you see these poor children being blowing up in Gaza and stuff like that for no good reason. And also the attacks on Israel, you know, some people might say they had a reason, what have you. But that's what's instigated a lot of this stuff, you know. I know it's been going on for years and that, but it's the mocking as well, I suppose, when they're parading about with people and these dead people. It's just horrible. Why does it have to be like that? Why is it like that? So, final destination. Marriage sucks anyway. Stay child free. Stay single, guys. Don't bring any innocent kid here, as it's a cruel experience. I take it that's you're talking about the United States. And my worry about bringing children up is actually not people like Donald Trump, to be honest. It's the environment. I don't feel our children will make old bones. That's what I don't think. And if they do, they'll be kept alive artificially somehow. I don't think our children are going to be healthy, live long, productive lives. I just don't. And that's because of the environment. And that's the sad truth of it. And nobody really wants to do enough about it. Now, before you criticise me, we live pretty much off our land. All right, we're about around 70% self-sufficient with our electricity. Our hot water is solar as well. Our water's from the well. You know, don't worry, we don't use a bucket. It's nice to go in the garden, pick the asparagus, pick the tomatoes, pick the zucchini or the garlic from the garden straight onto the plate. You know, you can obviously taste the difference. You know, it's fresh for Christ's sake, and also it's got shelf life, unlike a lot of the stuff you get in the supermarkets that now, because it's on the road for so long, and you just can't beat it. It's just, especially tomatoes. Oh my giddy aunt, tomatoes straight out of the garden, fantastic. Are you trespassing? Oh yeah, I am. I'm on somebody else's land that I own. No, I'm not trespassing. Oh yeah, most cables aren't properly grounded. You're talking about RF interference. Scroll back down again. I'm a wild horse's final destination. No woman can handle me. That's just crikey. Humans are polygamous by nature and not monogamous at all. I suppose really, I'm actually quite no matter. I don't move, as in the sense of I hate the hassle of moving house. Right, I've only actually moved house. Well, I moved in with my dear missus, then we moved to a rented accommodation while we're buying this place. So we haven't moved a huge amount in our 30 odd years together. But regarding being romantic in the sense that I like to travel and stuff like that and go places and experience different things, that I love. And I love nature. I don't head to towns and stuff like that. I head out where the trees are. Right, that's what I like. And so I reckon I might like Canada. There's a lot of trees I hear, like the Canadian oaks and all that. I don't believe you. Oh well, I can't see myself sharing farts with the same woman my whole life. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's it called when you fart under the sheets? Oh no, I'm happy with my dear wife. We've been together a long while. We've got a lot of history together now. And we share our kids together and that as well. You see, so it's like she annoys the hell out of me at times, but she's a good person. And quite frankly, she doesn't. When I am annoyed, she doesn't deserve it. It's usually just me, really. But she's a kind person. And do you really need much more than that, really? Do you really need someone to just... Get your Suzuki out. It is out. It's out of the garage anyway. Got to CT that as well. That will be that's easy, isn't it? But yeah, it's yeah, I need to, don't I? I was actually thinking about that this morning. What about trying to do a live stream? I'll have to work out where all the hotspots are regarding the internet. So I'll make sure I've got my 4G or 5G available in those areas. But if I go that way, I probably could do it actually. Do a live stream. I've got the headset for the helmet. Just see if I can live stream it on the motorbike with the camera facing away from me or to me or whatever. I'll reverse it anyway. So you can see different places as well, and we can talk about politics that way. The birds are fighting with the song. I do have a lot of birds here. I do. See, all these trees here I planted, you know. The only two trees that were here before was 2 oaks and 2 cherries. A wild cherry. But everything else we planted. And we're planting a shitload more. So we're doing rewilding here as well. So we're planting loads of trees. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love the fact that since we've been planting a lot of berries and other stuff as well, the amount of birds here. I mean, it's just crazy. I've got some more woodpeckers in the back of the house here. A pair of woodpeckers. You know, just pecking around. The birds are pecking at the grass is all they're doing. But your insurance has gone up, is it? I don't. All insurances have gone up. Ours has gone up here in France as well. It's not horrendous. My bike don't cost me a huge amount to insure. It's about 22 a month or something like that. 22. Yeah, about 22 euros a month. So it's quite cheap. It's only third party. It's quite an old bike. It's 2002, I think it is. 2002 Suzuki GSX 1400. So it is pretty. Yeah, try a live stream. I'll have a look at that. See if that's possible. It'd be quite funny if you're talking about Donald Trump while you're on a motorbike going at speed. I have to work it out though. The audio is going to be the hardest bit. Is get the audio into the helmet. Well, no, I've got the headset. I should be able to do it. It's only the microphone, isn't it? It's only the microphone. To be honest, I could just put a wireless microphone in there, couldn't I? Would that work with wireless? Probably better with a cable. Anyway, that's an idea. That's a plan. Anyway, you know what? I've sidetracked, didn't I? Crikey. Where was I? Well, I'm going to plug this phone in now, because it's... Well, Donald Trump is a fucking idiot. We know that, don't we? He is. He's just all about Donald Trump. Like I said, Donald Trump has probably had his bottom ribs removed, like like Prince, just so he could... Yeah, anyway, so he could fellatio on himself. Yeah, that's probably true. Okay, where are we? Now, a lot has been happening today, and there's a lot going to be happening this week, that I'm sure. And then it's... Oh, do you hear what the American Airlines managed to send an aeroplane to Naples in Italy, you know, and it was too big for the runway. It needed more runway to land. So they had to divert it to Rome. How stupid is that? Is this a air traffic control issue, maybe? Is this FAA, mate? I don't know. Something's seriously going wrong here, isn't there? People think it's gone mad, isn't it? It's gone absolutely mad. Cause and effect. That has. 85 watching. Can we match that with likes? Oh yeah, boop the old like button. Boop boop. It's up there. I think it's there. So it is on mine anyway. There you go. I'm on doing the streaming. So, this is quite interesting though. Regarding Palestine and Gaza. So France says that Palestinian authorities has made an unprecedented commitment to reform ahead of a conference on the statehood. So France said it has received a letter from the Palestinian Authority that contains concrete and unprecedented commitments to reform as Paris prepares to co-chair a conference on Palestinian statehood in New York. The letter, which France was signed by Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, includes condemnation of Hamas led October 7th attack on Israel. A call on Hamas to immediately release all hostages and pledges to hold elections and reform the authority, according to the excerpts shared with the CNN. The Hamas will no longer rule Gaza and must hand over its weapons and military capabilities to Palestinian security forces, which will oversee their removal outside the occupied Palestinian territory. With Arab and international support, the Elysee Palace, obviously in Paris, cited Abbas as writing. The letter France says it received comes as anticipation builds around whether President Emmanuel Macron might recognise the state of Palestine at a summit next week, aimed at building support for Palestinian statehood and United Nations. And France is co-chairing the summit with Saudi Arabia. That is really positive news. If something comes out of that would be good. We're talking about peace. I like the sound of peace. Crikey, or am I too gullible? Maybe. There we come. Politics sucks! I know. It does. But I'm afraid we've been controlled by it. Everything. Is it politics though, or is it just corporate greed? That's what it feels like to me. Corporate greed. Everything revolves around major companies having too much power, politicising everything. What's got here? Now, American tourism is taking a bit of a hit, as we know. Obviously, the people in Canada, elbows up, and saying, "Sod you, we're not going." And the people in the United States are also saying, "We're a bit afraid to go on holiday to Europe. We don't know how we're going to be received." You see, it's about 8% down in Europe. American bookings to Europe are down by about 8%. But that gap has been filled by the Chinese. There's an increase of 10% of Chinese tourists, or tourists from China, heading to Europe. So, you lose some, you gain some. To New York City, tourism faces a setback. Yeah, it's quite funny actually. Sending people to, or delegations to Canada, or individuals to Canada to try and boost tourism into the United States. "You're welcome here," put up signs and all sorts. "You're welcome here." You might say that, but they don't feel very welcome when they're at the border, do they? No, they feel like they're going to be hurried off somewhere in a little back room somewhere, ready to board a bus to El Salvador, and then on a flight. New York City is seeing a sharp drop in foreign tourist arrivals in 2025. This is going to cost there, because it's not just obviously the tourism industry itself, it's all those little support businesses, isn't it? It's all the little cafes, it's the taxi drivers, the Uber drivers, the Waymos, all those sort of things. They're all going to be hit hard by a complete lack of interest in New York. And that's every single city in the United States. People aren't travelling there. Not as though you did before, anyway. I wouldn't want to go there. I'd be more interested in going to Canada, or even Scotland. Come to that. There again, we've got plenty of places here in France to visit. Hello, Casabine. I hope you're well, my friend. You're right, Twiggy Bean. Alistair is awesome. And the soda stop great. Okay, stop the great. We've got some regulars here. Very nice. Apparently I'm a dork. Oh dear, these people just want to give a dork. Do they honestly think these things offend? It just makes people. I don't know, unless they're talking to somebody else. When people say things like that, it just makes them look stupid. It really does. It's just daft. I didn't want to know the ins and outs of US politics, but here we are. Bloody orange clown! Yes. Do you know what, though? I never used to be interested in politics whatsoever until Brexit was a thing. Brexit just... Oh, my God. It just changed the way... I just didn't realise that things could turn so bad so quickly. You know, it's... in the United Kingdom, their economy is shot. It really is. And no one... We can moan and whinge about the Labour Party as much as we like, but what can they fucking well do? They can't borrow money, you know, like they once did, because they can't afford it really to pay the interest. So it's disproportionate. A bit like the 37 trillion the United States has got in debt. You know, debt isn't actually the issue. We need to realise it's the ability to pay the debt and still grow. If you're paying a debt and you're still growing, well then, where's the problem? There isn't a problem. Yes, you'd have more money if you didn't have the debt, but if the debt's been used to grow the country, if it's been used correctly, like for instance for infrastructure, you know, spending, well then that makes sense because potentially it's going to make more money. It's why it's called investment. Oh, there's an investment, you make more money. You know, and to me that's just common sense. Debt isn't necessarily the issue. We've all got debt, you know. Oh, I haven't. I've got no debt. I'm quite lucky there because I sold my house and bought this place for a pittance, and we managed to get ourselves debt free. So that's I suppose you could say the electricity bill's debt, isn't it, I suppose, in a way. But apart from that, you know, we don't have any debt. I don't have a car loan, so my car's 8 years old. Oh, I've had it 8 years. Sorry, it's 20 odd years old. It's 2005. Yeah, it's 20 years old. So I don't care. I don't care about that sort of stuff. It doesn't interest me at all. Used to, you know, when I was in the UK, but there's a lot more pretense. That was all about keeping up with the Joneses and shit like that. Oh, God, I can't be bothered with that crap anymore. I really got look at the state of me. Do you think I'm not bothered about? Oh, look. Oh dear. Yeah, politics it is shit. I get it. It really is. But unfortunately, it's the thing that is a deciding factor whether or not we have a decent lifestyle or not, whether we can survive or not, whether we get by or not, whether we can feed our kids or not. And you've got your own internal politics as well. You know, let's say, for instance, I've had enough of the Western world. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna build a cabin in the woods somewhere. Well, then you have your own kind of politics. You know. It's all about rules, isn't it? That's what politics really is. It's just a whole load of rules. Hello, Tweety Bee. Washington. Yeah, I'm from Norfolk. East of England. It's the bulbous bit, all right, that sticks out, and we have quite a nice coastline. Norfolk's actually quite a nice place, apart from there's a lot of MAGA type people, especially or Reform Party type voters, and quite a lot of them like farmers. And there's a stereotype, but it's as a majority, that is the case. They reckon about 60% of the farmers, 59% in the poll that suggested that voted for Brexit. You know, we should shot themselves in the foot. Now, like I say, they're complaining about the Labour Party, and they've actually managed to soften the export rules for farmers in the UK with Brexit. Since Brexit pretty much destroyed their ability to trade freely as they once did, without checks, and the food ended up being on the road for too long, effectively, getting too old, because all wrinkly like me. But Norfolk's a nice place, to be fair, in many ways. Norwich is a lovely city, it really is. I do like Norwich City, I really do. Oh, what have I missed? I think I missed something. What's that? Hey! Kodachrome! Cheers, buddy! Kodachrome railroad videos. Oh, I know. That's MAGA for you, and that, eh? I'm not worried. They're wasting their time with me. They really are. You know, they can say what they like. I don't care. You won't hurt my little feelings. Saying nasty things. My name's not that, it's not Donald Trump. I've got thick skin, me, not thin orange skin. No. It's funny how these people, they all think they can hurt your feelings by just calling you names. They're daft. It's so daft. Jack Black looking, I get that so much. I really do. Especially on my woodworking channel. Ugh. I've got another channel called Wally Bra Woodworking. Which actually does better. I don't upload so much on there, but it actually does better than this channel. In many ways. Especially on the short videos. Got 3:26 in the morning in Washington. Oh my crikey. Oh, I mean, it is here in France currently. It is 12:42. It's lunchtime. Oh, it is. Oh, what shall I have for lunch today, I wonder? What can I pick out the garden? Yeah. You know, I tell you what I'm terrible for. I walk around the garden, I just steal food. I'm like a little rabbit. Like peas out of the pods. The thing is, they taste so good straight out of the garden, you know. Oh, and I can't wait for those tomatoes over there to start ripening up, and the apples on the trees and stuff like that. It's just nice, you know. Nature. Oh, it's the best way. Permaculture, even better, you know. A lot of the stuff that we have in our garden, stuff that's self-seeded from last year, unless the squash and stuff, we don't tend to allow them to self-seed because they can get a little bit risque because they can cross-pollinate, you see. Hello, Regan. I hope you're well with it. I got your message. Yeah, I'm up for that if you're interested, buddy. If you have me, either a round table thingy-majiggy. I look like an old... I'm actually... Jack Black and me were the same age. Just about. I think there's only a year difference between us. He's got money, you see. That's what it is. I've got no money. I look like an old Jack Black. Now you've upset the feelings that you have. Oh, dear. Yeah, US politics is dominating every conversation and worldwide detrimental effects. That's very true, because it's not, like for instance, environmental news isn't breaking through, isn't seen as important with everything that's going on. You've got wars in Ukraine, you've got wars in Gaza, you've got wars in LA, you know. And it does dominate the news, because everybody, it takes all the oxygen out of the space for everything else, doesn't it? It's like little Greta Thunberg and that, you know, she's got... basically, well, effectively, she was kidnapped. Even Donald Trump said she was kidnapped. And, she's signed to say that she's been deportation, and she's now back in Switzerland or Sweden. Sweden is. So she's back home now. Some of the others there on that boat, they were not... they refused to sign it. They said, we haven't done anything wrong. Which they haven't. They're in international waters at that point. So effectively, they were illegally stopped. So they're free. They haven't left yet, so they're still in Israel. So it's just heavy-handed. Everything's just I don't know what to say about it really. The thing is about when you got race and creed and religion, and I just find it's just all too much. I just feel that what we fighting over, you know? Like there's, oh, Craig, was it? You remember the band Police? You know, Sting. One of the lyrics, one of the songs was, I hope the Russians love their children too. But it's not just Russians, it's everybody, isn't it? You know, you know, we all want the best for our own children, don't we? And if we just use that kind of mentality, wouldn't the world be a better place? That, you know, like we don't want to risk people's lives. But instead of all this crazy, race baiting and also this what's going on in the United States at the moment, but religion. The people in the United States who are telling us how terrible everybody is are the same people who are gathering up Hispanics, Latinos, whoever, aggressively, violently taken away from their children. They're not Christians. No. They're just evil bastards. Just are. And like those who are really breaking the Constitution, firing their rubber bullets at their own citizens, they're not Christians. What do I say? They too are also just evil bastards. Sometimes you just have to break the rules. You can't constantly be, I don't know, just, they're my orders, That's bollocks. That's an excuse. If enough people stand up against them, they wouldn't be able to function. Yeah, Los Angeles is now. They were, I can't remember what it was, it might have been Texas actually, but they were raiding the farms yesterday. You could see the people working on the farms running across the farms, and then you got these trucks, ice trucks, literally chasing them across these farms. These are just people who are working, They're not taking your jobs. No one's going to want to do those jobs. Most of those people aren't capable. They spend too much time playing video games and eating yesterday's pizza that they found under the couch. Or maybe it's down their butt crack or something. You know how it goes. I've seen the videos. Oh dear. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's a lovely day. It's supposed to be around 36 again today, degrees Celsius. Hence I'm doing the video outside, under the tree. Originally I was set up over there in my chainsaw carved chair that I did last year. 2 years ago now actually. But it was too much in full sun. Oh my God, I'd have melted. But I'm under the tree, that I am. Which makes a darn more sense. Now, I'm hoping this year that we're going to start planting our trees in that field there. So we're going to try and maintain that view. So we've got line of sight right through. But either side, as like a figure, like a funnel, we're going to be planting a load of trees over there. And also, I might see if I squeeze a few more in our other field. I'm Jack Black apparently, yes. Is that you? Okay, that's me. I'm Jack Black, by the way. Did you like me in School of Rock? I'll tell you something though. I did. I practiced for weeks and months, I did. For when I was in Tenacious D. And I wanted to get my pick of destiny, I did, yeah, crikey. And I practiced. The bloody lasers, they were everywhere, you see. And yeah, the cock push-ups, I did, yeah. Oh, that was tough, I'll tell you. I had to lose a bit of weight as well. I couldn't push myself. I just had a couple of extra kilos, shed that, and I was fine, yeah. No, I'm not Jack Black. Jack Black, when he's retired, is you. Oh, I love Jack Black, though. Yeah, I do. And Tenacious D. Sheena, hello Sheena, I hope you're well. Thanks, Alistair, for doing that. And stop the greed. I'm just showing this video. This comment. That's so daft. Shadow Otakar Rax King says, "Why are you gay?" Spelt Gey. Oh dear. Yeah. Some people, eh? Some mothers do have them. Yeah. Probably got a face on your mother could love. Oh, blimey. There's some strange people that there are. I just want to say. Oh, there, this is I don't think I'll be showing that one, Johnny Allweather. Speak for yourself, Some people might find that offensive, so you won't be, I think you'll just disappear, you will. My French is terrible, Alistair. I get by, we get by that we do, but it's terrible. My pronunciation's all off. I always know because when they look at me strange, what did you just say? Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, there's friends. We're getting there with it. Yeah, we have an lounge. I struggle with my voice though. I mean, because I got this problem of my range, my vocal range is really poor. It's been it's restricted, and I can't get the high pitched sounds as well as I used to be able to. And I didn't used to sound like this. I sound hoarse now, but it's because I've got a problem with vocal cords because I've got fibromyalgia and it's buggered it all up. Think about it. If Trump can do what he wants in California, the other states will be a piece. Yeah, exactly. They will. That's a good point, isn't it? That is a very good point. The only thing is, the other states, they might have more guns. There again, they'll be MAGA, so they'll probably, oh, this is great. Yeah, he's trying to control us. I want to be controlled by Trump. Oh, dear me. Yeah, that's... Well, Gavin Newsom, if he does restrict funding, not federal funding, Californian donations to the federal bank, shit will hit the fan, won't it? It really will. They're the cash cow, aren't they? They are the cash cow. Fifth largest economy in the world. That's no mean feat, is it? You know? There's a huge amount of money, that it is. Is that guy drunk? No, I'm drinking tea for Christ's sake. I'm drunk on life, that I am. Yes, drunk on life. I live in a lovely place. I'm very fortunate with that, I'll first admit it. I live in France, rural France. I'm very lucky that I managed to get my mortgage. I got rid of that in the UK, and I bought a wreck of a house here in France and I renovated it. So, you know, put in the work, and then it's yeah, definitely worthwhile. France is a lovely place, and the people are great. You know, I don't know about places like Paris, and I've had not such good experiences in Paris, but rural France is great. You know, I love it. Oh, crikey! I was saying about some news earlier. Saying we've got a bit of news. We might be looking at another dog. Now, last year I lost my little boy, and that really knocked me for six. It really did. And you never get over it. I still don't. I have him on my phone. So there he is. That's my little Wally dog, who I lost last year, and he's a great little boy. He was the best dog ever that he was. And anyway, he was getting old. You know, he had a good long, very spoilt life. He did. Anyway, Caroline showed me a picture because we used to do dog fostering. You see, we used to foster dogs and rehome them and what have you. And then once we got 3 dogs, it seemed very impractical. We kept keeping them. Anyway, she showed me this picture of this little dog, and it's a little Jack Russell cross. I don't know what it's crossed with, but it was gorgeous. And apparently it's playful. It's a similar age to what Wally was when we first got Wally, 18 months old. And he looks the ticket. He's me. You know what I mean? It's just, but we'll see. We're gonna go and see him, see how he is, and what have you, see how he is with other dogs and stuff, and do the usual thing. They'll probably want to vet our place anyway to see, you know, make sure it's suitable because it's a dog charity. And yeah, so it's quite exciting. But I did say we weren't going to have any more dogs for a while. But yeah, I think yeah, he might be the one. He might be the one. You might not always have that opportunity, you see. Like your typical Canadian troop is not only trained as a soldier and a tradesperson, but we're also expected to be more independent. We change our own tyres, do basic maintenance, vehicle mechanics, and big stuff. See, that But I find that sort of multitasking is something that is getting lost these days. Now, I, for one, I'm a practical person. I'm a woodworker. Been woodworking all my life, by trade, what have you, and by qualification. I'm also a qualified photographer. I've got a degree in photography, which really changed the way that you think, to be honest. Going to university for that, you know. And trained as a bricklayer, which done MVQ3, which included drainage and scaffolding. So I've done lots of stuff. I trained also an electrician as well, up to 17th edition in the UK. So the thing is, I used to have a company and I used to employ people, and my thought was, or my feeling was, how can you tell someone how to do something or what to do when you don't know how to do it yourself? So I just basically kept learning stuff and moving through the trades. And that's basically me. But the thing is, you see, I've never employed anyone to look after my vehicles. I've always done that myself. I have never employed anyone to do anything on the house. I've always done it myself. And that way I know how it's done. Everything's documented. If there's ever a problem, I know how to solve it. The same with my cars, the same with the camper, the same with the motorbike, the same with everything, and all of the garden machinery that we have here, you know. And I feel that these multitasking skills, or the ability to adapt, these skills are being lost. And if you are in a situation, let's say for argument's sake, it probably never happened, who knows, right, where you had the apocalypse, right? There's the apocalypse, and you have to fend for yourself. You have to grow your own food. You need to fix your own things. You have to make things work. You got your electricity, so you know how your solar works and all that sort of stuff. Because we've got solar panels here, you see. And these skills, I feel, are being lost. I think we've become too complacent with, I don't know, getting the garage to fix your car, for instance, because cars have become so dependent on electronics and plugging them in to see what's wrong with them and all that sort of stuff, you know, before you can even touch them. And it's look at these Teslas, you know, you can't get your repairs authorised unless you plug it into an official Tesla system. And they can even brick them. Stop them working. What happens when, let's say, for instance, you do have an apocalypse, these vehicles, they can no longer operate because, I don't know, they need some kind of software update. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but yeah, it seems a bit mad to me. Canadians were put at the disposal of the Afghan military commanders and were forced to turn heads when they did their sketchy shit. Ooh, yeah, that's not good, is it? You know? But it's like, you know, regarding all this stuff, even the Ukrainians fought with the Americans, even though Donald Trump said they didn't. You know, for several years. And now they've been treated like shit. It beggars belief, it really does. This man doesn't know history at all. You know, Trump, the orange one. Oh, I'm getting stuck again. Oh, I feel like a beached whale. Yeah, he don't know anything about history whatsoever. He's going on about this the fort, whatever. It was anyway. He's spouting all this stuff the last couple of days, and saying about France, and he's talking like, well, America won the war. No, he participated in winning the war. And he was commending, you know, Russia and all the Russian troops that were lost and what have you. No mention of all the British troops, you know. What about them? You know, and all the other nations that were involved. What about the Gurkhas, you know? And various armies in the past now. Hey, buddy. No worries, mate. Cheers for that, my friend. Thanks for that. Say hi to Regan. Be good, my friend. And thanks a lot for your help. Morning, everybody, and swing your pants, says Graham Speedos. Graham Speedos. Oh, my giddy on. Are you talking about Graham Who's? Who are you? Come on, you must know. I need to know who you are. Who were you before Graham Speedos? Oh dear. I know what you're on about. Graham Who's. Well, I was on that island with him. I don't know if you were there, because I don't know who you are. But anyway, I was on that island with Graham Hughes on Ginger Island for quite a long while. And he hates Speedos. He's got a thing about Speedos. And I don't understand it. It's just bizarre. He's a very prudish man, though. He's very shy. He's not comfortable in his own skin. So I don't care. Pilots on amphetamines. Ooh. Crikey. Just look at the USS Harry Truman. 70 million Super Hornets were lost within a month. The ship needs repairs and the crew needs shore leave. Bloody hell. The USS Harry Truman, sorry. There's like a lot of the Russian fleet and that as well, isn't it? It's in a hell of a state. Oh, crikey, yes! That's a oh, crikey. Oh, crikey, how dare I forget that? My mother was Indian. Well, she was part Indian anyway, but she came over in the 50s or 60s, I think it was. I think it was early 60s. My mum came over to the United Kingdom. Her mother was basically half Indian, so I suppose that makes me an eighth Indian, doesn't it? You know. Oh, crikey. I feel quite bad now for not bringing that up. That's a very valid point. And the people they lost, and also the fact that even with rice and what have you, Churchill stopped basically stole the rice from for India, and about 15 million Indians died. No wonder they're a bit pissed off with us. Yeah. That's because he's uneducated and on the subject of history. He's uneducated in every bloody thing, isn't he? This is basic stuff, isn't it? If you're going to spout this crap, you'd at least do your research first, wouldn't you? Couldn't you just ask ChatGPT? Yeah, no. I would say the same there, Sam. Oh, crikey, I'm getting stuck again. Hurt my shoulder. Yeah, I think we've got to be careful, that we've got to remember that. Also, I need to remind myself, not all Americans are crazy asses. No. Usually, they have a little red hat on, you can tell. But no, most people are just ordinary folk just trying to get by. I do appreciate, though, that how some people end up going the wrong way. Politically, I'm just going to reposition myself. Myself a bit. How some people go the wrong way because they're their not life choices, their opportunities have become, well, just not there. And everything they always seem like they're up against it, you know. I get that. And there's so many in other countries as well, you know, where people are struggling, make ends meet. But the first thing that really needs to be done in the United States is you need to start looking after your people in the sense of your healthcare. You know, Donald Trump to try and get this so-called big beautiful bill through, 800 billion cuts in Medicaid and then 500 billion in Medicare. That's the whole budget. Basically, what he's doing is authorising the getting rid of these things, not necessarily all at once, but over a period of time. Probably to transfer it into some kind of insurance-based, another insurance-based system where he profits from. Greedy bastards they are. But he's not alone. If you're looking at Rishi Sunak, right, during the pandemic, Rishi Sunak, he was the UK Prime Minister. He's little geezer in short trousers, all right? And Indian guy. And even he was ripping us all off. You know, no one says anything there. That's why I find it really hard to understand is all these people, whether it be Donald Trump, you know, are out there profiteering from the knowledge that insider trading, basically. And Rishi Sunak was doing the same thing. He had Like, for instance, shares in Palantir, shares in a company that was providing the beds for the Nightingale hospitals and that sort of stuff, you know. He knew what was needed and he invested accordingly. That's insider trading. Shouldn't be allowed to do that. And yet, when anyone on the left does anything like that, like for instance regarding Keir Starmer, there's a thing called Beargate, if you didn't know. It was absolutely, during the pandemic, it was absolutely ridiculous. The actual claims were. It was like, oh, he ate a curry, you know, and it was actually an official meeting that happened. Whereas Boris Johnson, Alexander de Pfeffel, Boris de Pfeffel Johnson, that's it. Had a full-blown party during the pandemic. No social distancing or anything, you know. They were hiding, they were bringing drink in the fridge or a music box or something, I don't know. Crazy. Trump is a clown. He is a clown. He's just... But how does he do it? How... Someone that stupid saying so much stupid stuff. How is it he's winning people over? That just says that there's a majority of voters that are also pretty darn stupid. They must be. Because I haven't got no logical answer. Oh, we're looking for something different. No, why would you choose him? Nothing that's coming out of his mouth is honest or makes any sense. In 1946, Truman was going to give the United States an NHS. The doctors and Big Pharma lobbying stopped it. See, that's what's happening across the board again, isn't it? It's just money, greed. You cannot have a healthy economy without a healthy population. And that's just fact. You can't. It just doesn't work. You've got to look after your people first. And then the people will be proud to be a part of the system, so to speak. And don't feel they've been ripped off left, right and centre. When people are saying their loved ones died just because the money isn't available for the medication, for instance, or even, you know, it's just having to do experimental trials just so you get some treatment. It's all immoral. It's wrong. There's flaws in the NHS. There's problems with the NHS in the United Kingdom. But it's still marvellous. People get treated no matter what. If you visit the United Kingdom, you'll get treated. Everybody gets treated. Oh, my dear wife is here. I bet she's going to talk about dinner. Because she's just picked some lettuce. She's just picked some lettuce, she has. There you go, I've got some lettuce. It looks like we're having lettuce. I've got a bit of rabbit today.
Some coleslaw.
Oh, she made some coleslaw. Oh, her coleslaw's so good. I do like your coleslaw, don't I, darling?
I was going to make an omelette.
You're going to make an omelette as well?
Yeah.
Oh, with real eggs?
What else would you make it with?
What you mean is they're free range?
Yes.
And how much are our free range eggs, my darling?
€3 for 30.
Free, that's 10 cents an egg. How much are your eggs in the United States? Donald Trump keep going on about they've gone down by 60%. But I've got my doubts.
Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe.
Do you like eggs? And the other thing is, she's wearing my clothes. She's wearing my bloody... They're my shorts and my shirt. Oh, we do like a bit of cross-dress and that we do.
Well, I'll see that.
Yeah, hot,
out
yeah.
your purple hat.
And my purple hat? That's my hat, though. You're not stealing my purple hat. You won't steal my purple hat, do you?
It doesn't fit me.
People see my shaven head.
Wouldn't fit me.
Wouldn't fit you. She's got tiny head, tiny hands.
I'm
She is.
giving people a bit of
I'll make them seasick.
Yeah, I keep watching you and just sort of rocking.
Oh dear. Greetings from Brazil. Hello then, Brazil. I hope you're well.
When do you want your dinner?
Dinner soon, I suppose. Clock off soon, suppose. I've been 20 minutes so far.
So if I say 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Look like I need to pick some raspberries as well.
Pick some raspberries. More food in the garden. All this food in the garden, darling. Isn't that good?
What's that?
Oh, the asparagus. Oh, God, I hope we've got some asparagus. It'll be coming to an end soon, darling. They're getting too hot for it. I can see some asparagus from here. Yep, there's some asparagus. That's good news. I really like asparagus. Yeah, hello there in Brazil. Hope you're well. Why do you think... Oh, sorry. Why do I think of the gang show when imaging the two of them together? Oh, the Gong Show. Really? Oh. Oh, Granny Waddlebottom. I've got Granny Waddlebottoms in the chat. Oh, I'd like to... Granny Waddlebottom is saying, I'd like to wear your clothes, handsome Marcus. Oh, dear. Granny Waddlebottom. Like Anne Widdecombe. Oh, dear. Very good. Oh.
Well, petty. A little bit.
In Philadelphia. Oh, we've got a few asparagus. That's good. I like asparagus. Green asparagus.
I'll put it in the omelette.
That's a good idea. She's going to put it in the omelette, she is. Marriage doesn't suck if you marry your best friend. We get on alright, don't we, darling?
I think so.
You think so? She thinks so.
What doggy you're looking at?
I know, I've mentioned it.
Yeah.
She's excited about getting another doggy. Aren't you, darling?
Well, the lady ain't got back to us yet.
Well, she did. You spoke to her yesterday, didn't you? She's probably busy. But they do have lives now. It's just a foster, isn't it? She's probably work or something. Chill as hell. Oh, there we are. Do you know what? If you didn't, you'd cry, wouldn't you? Everything's going on at the moment. It's so sad to see. And when you're constantly consuming the news, it can bug you up. It really can. It can bug you up. It's emotionally tiring and depressing.
It's always too hot.
Especially when you see children being killed. It's just crikey. So done?
Too hot today.
Yeah. Well, how hot today, Don?
36.
What?
36.
30. Oh yeah, 36 today. You're too hot, are you? Yeah. You have to take all your clothes off, darling. Go skinny dipping.
We haven't got the hot tub on.
We don't want a hot tub. You want a cold tub?
Oh, we could just clean it out and use it for a cold tub.
Could do that. What with digging a hole and having a little dunk pool or something?
Well,
Put pebbles in it.
everything else we need to do.
Oh, there's a fair bit to do, isn't there? Oh, give us a snog, you gorgeous Marcus. Oh.
What's this?
Waddle bottom.
Oh, what's a really good thing to do is to get the camper on the go. We can go on a road trip.
That's what we're going to do. Oh, I make a dentures dance. Oh, dear me. Oh, what a melt, apparently. Okay. It's been a while since I've been happy with Cat. And do you know what? I've always said this before. I'm going to say it again. When I see Mark Carney stand up there and speak, it kind of, I find it reassuring. Even though everything is difficult and it's dire, I find him reassuring. Even me as a British citizen living in France, right? Listening to him, crikey, the world hasn't gone completely bloody mad, you know? That's how I feel. Now, after having him as our Bank of England governor, and he was brilliant. He was. He's the best one we've ever had, I reckon. He's so... He's wise. I say wise. I think that's the word, isn't it? He's also got strength, and he won't put up with anything. You know, he's clever with his words. When he was clever with Donald Trump. He really was. He fluffed them without sucking up to him, but also there was he was being sarcastic towards them at the same time, which I thought was quite funny. No one voted for mass immigration. The only reason you got immigration is because you need the people. If they didn't have work, if there wasn't work about, they wouldn't come. They wouldn't come. It's about the economy. It's about whether there's jobs for them. These people that you're saying are so bad are the ones who, quite frankly, come across the border and end up doing all the jobs that you do not want to do. You do not want to work in these fields. And the heat of the day and all that. You just don't want to do that kind of work. Just makes me flipping laugh, it does. They are an integral part of your economy. And it's the same in the United Kingdom when they keep going on about migrants and what have you. They were a net benefit to our economy and we needed them. And now we're getting black people instead. We're actually headhunting. We're going over to Africa and stealing them from Africa. Well, not quite slavery, but you know what I mean. But, you know, we're just attracting people from other places. So we've got more black faces. So for the racists out there, it's like, yeah, that backfired on you, didn't it? You know? And it does give you those who don't already know, I've got 4 little, I've got 11 grandchildren now. 4 of my little grandchildren, right, 1 little boy and 3 little girls, are black. Because my son-in-law is from Nigeria. And he's a hard-working soul, well-educated, you know, in programming and what have you. He's now actually learning to driving instructor. He's on his last tests now for that. Because AI is pretty much destroying the programming industry. You know, anyway, so, but, you know, they'll be coming here, and they're great little kids. They make me sit and laugh at it, but I worry about them. And my little granddaughter, little Tochi, she was in school the other day, and this is in Norwich, right? She was in school, and one girl came up to her at the table and said to her, "You can't have any of these the colour pencils because you're black. You can only have the white ones or the black ones or something," she said. And this is a 6-year-old, you know, in the primary school. Needless to say, the school did deal with it. To be fair, you know, because she got that from somewhere, didn't she? You know, and that's what worries me. Not just saying when obviously they're young, but with all this racism that seems to be coming out from underneath the racists coming out from underneath their stones because they've now been given the free ride, like it's going on in the United States and it's like going on in the UK as well. People aren't frightened to say anything anymore. You know, people, maybe you could argue that they were always were there. I don't know, that really worries me. Oh, and don't forget the delicious bacon baps and bacon butties. Oh, do you know what? I do love English rolls. So they're very nice. And Granny takes her teeth out. Oh my giddy aunt. That reminds me of American Pie, the wedding. When Sophie goes into the little room and thinks he's going to meet up with his potential lover of his life, it ends up being the granny in the wheelchair, and she goes, "Focus, focus!" No dear, crikey. Oh. That's perfect tape. I get it out. This is good. Oh my giddy aunt. In Japan, that's a place I'd like to go. I'd like to go to China, actually, come to that as well. We need more ice. What in your drink? It's quite hot, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. We don't know. We don't know. We don't need any more fascists. We really don't. No. Aging population. We need. It's a fair point. Okay, think of it like this then. What about China and their one-child rule? That ain't helped them, has it? They haven't got the young population, looking after the old people. You don't need immigration, you need a cull. That's what you need. In the United States, it could be all the MAGA. We could start with them, yes. Yes, it sounds a bit like what ICE is doing to the Hispanics and Latinos and anyone else they don't particularly like. How many much needed doctors are sitting in immigration centres waiting to be... Yes, that's a valid point. You know? Crikey. That's just nuts, isn't it? They need, the United States needs... Truman didn't get what he wanted, you know, at the end of the day. The United States needs a decent health system that's free at the point of use, of need. People will be happier, they'll be healthier, you know. Dental and all that as well. That's where France got it right. The health system here in France is really good. And it's not like the NHS. You pay for it differently here. You have, 2/3 is paid by the state, and the last third is paid by what you call your mutuelle. You have an insurance policy, which is very cheap. You pay it every month. And effectively it tops up, but you get free dental, you get your prescription glasses and all that sort of stuff, whatever you need. All your prescriptions are free. You know, you're not worried about, I can't afford this. You see, all this worry, it's just going to increase your blood pressure. And you might be going in for high blood pressure. No, you need happy people. You need a happy society, you need a healthy society. You know, maybe we'll have less people doing drive-bys and killing people in schools if we had a better society. That's right across the board, you know. People always want to moan about other people and about this, that and the other for no good reason other than the fact just to moan. That makes no sense. You've got a good reason to complain about something, well then fair enough. But it's almost like we're looking to complain about something even that's not even really there. That's very true. Kids are not born hateful, that's taught. That's so true. They really aren't. They're moulded, aren't they? You know? All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. Something like that. Sorry about that. It's 6 in the morning. Oh, you look so relaxed. Oh, thank you. I'm not that relaxed. I feel I'm being consumed by the hammock. I have to keep leaning on it. I've got this lunchtime here. The missus said a few moments ago that she's going to be making food. And I grew it. She's making it. So, looked up having a salad and an omelette. And I'll probably top up my green tea. Yeah. No, I'm not drunk. And no, that's not urine. Oh dear. And today, what am I doing today? I've got to get after I've had my lunch and what have you. I'll just check what I need in the workshop. Then I'm off to get my glass for a door building for a customer. Getting that ordered. I'll come back and I'll unclamp my door and start to finish off and then do some beading and stuff. Ready for the next stages. But for now, I'd like to thank everybody that's joined me and thank you very much for the super chats and for those of you who have been helping keeping the channel nice and clean. We like it clean, that we do, yeah. No nastiness, if we can do it. If it's silliness, I don't mind that at all. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. And people will call me gay, they can call me gay even though I'm not gay. I don't give a damn. Nope. You know, I'll just say it as I say it. Those who are fascists are just fascists. But a very wise man, he once said, his name was Gandhi. Hello India, talk about Gandhi. He once said, those who vote for an idiot are well represented. And how fucking true is that? Actually, my mother's seen Gandhi, she went to see him. Yes, I've got to go as well, stop the greed. Yes. Oh, you're going to go and buy some semi-mature rowan trees. Oh, nice. Yeah, we've been planting small trees. I've actually found a load in the hedgerow, along my hedgerow, little tiny saplings. Loads of sycamores, loads of oaks, and hazels and all sorts of stuff. So I might go down there later on tonight with a watering can, water them all first and dig them up and put them into... thank you very much, Stephen. You like my purple hat? And put them in pots and grow, and let them grow on and what have you. for planting out in our rewilding project. If you didn't know, we're doing a rewilding here in France. We're planting loads of trees. Then about 1,000 plus trees. Also making the arbours and willow arbours and all sorts of stuff. Oh, some beautiful butterflies. And yeah, so it's basically to try and create habitats for the animals and making bird boxes, bat boxes, you name it, we're doing it. And also, oh, you're welcome, Sam. And what else we're doing? Oh, crikey, hedgehog houses, so little habitats for them as well for the autumn. For when they hibernate, give them somewhere safe. It's very important actually because that hedgehogs, because it's so risky. You see, if you have areas that you leave for them and you start cutting them and they haven't got somewhere to go in, you can quite easily hurt them. You'll strim them or something stupid. It's bloody horrible. I have done it before, sadly. So we're putting loads of hedgehog houses and what have you for them as well. So we're trying to create safe habitats. That's what we're trying to do. That's what it's about. You know, for them and the little lizards and that as well. Oh, well, you love the bird song in the background. So do I. We've got so many birds here that we have. All different varieties. Yes. And then there's me. Oh, crikey. I'm like the fawn between two roses. Oh, there's a rolling round, but anyway. But thanks for watching, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I might go live again tomorrow morning. We'll see. Toodaloo! Have a lovely day. And don't get too stressed, you know. Just relax. Just try and think through what's going on. Don't let it get to you. But defend yourselves. Defend yourselves, defend your neighbours, and look after each other, you know. And hide the Hispanics and the Latinos and whoever else, Venezuelans, whoever, under your floorboards. Yes, for not like unglorious bastards. Oh no, yeah, glorious bastards, that's it, yeah. Not like on there when the Gestapo came in and shot through the floorboards and stuff. No, don't do that. No, don't allow that to happen, whatever you do. Don't give them a glass of milk, no. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so toodaloo.